some of the trends that I have noticed in the classrooms that I'm in all over the country have been that yearning and that want to be able to really have their students to be collaborative. They know how important it is. They also know that that for the most part, the majority of us who have been blessed to have that calling to go teach school are very much control freaks. We want everything to be perfect. We want the kids to learn exactly what we need for them to learn. And we want to point everything out and make sure they get it done. But we know that we want to be collaborative. So when I go into classrooms, I notice that the teachers have things in their classrooms now that engage kids and nurture them to be more collaborative. I don't think I've ever seen more students actually truly turning and talking and sharing ideas and things they're reading than I've had this past year. I've seen the growth of it over the past couple years. And so that trend to want to do that, even those folks who've been doing it forever, as well as some of the new teachers coming out of the colleges, are coming out with that knowledge that collaboration is so important. And it requires a different classroom. It requires that they have space in their classroom set up that way. And I see that. I didn't used to see that a lot. That was one of the things I used to always have to start with my, if I was going to help somebody, that was one of the things I had to start with. But, that's not the case anymore because everybody knows that they really need to make sure their kids are collaborative. There are different ways to approach it, but they set that space in their classroom. They practice it. I don't see as much whole group all day long like I used to see. I see lots of teachers making that step toward understanding the value of small group, the value of allowing their students to be collaborative. I also notice that I don't see silent classrooms anymore. And that used to really bother me because I know that when I started teaching, that was the earmark of a great teacher, but now it's not. And so I've noticed that gradually over the past couple of years that the teachers are beginning to embrace and be excited about that meaningful and productive and rich conversation buzz in their rooms. And the kids, working together and teaching each other. And then another trend that I've noticed is the teachers are getting better at mini lessons, really mini lessons. Mini lesson being one that doesn't go the whole day or the whole time, the whole literacy block, but rather, chunking up that teaching. And I've seen that. I've been pleased to see that in more places than I've seen it in the past. Is it difficult to have happen? Yes. Is it worth it? Yes. And that's what I see. I see them getting excited when they see the results they get from that. I've also noticed a trend of classroom libraries, I'm excited to say. It used to be the school library, the media center. Now it's, the media center is still fantastic. It is definitely a hub for the school, but now the classroom also has those rich literature books and that great informational text that the students can go and access, and they can challenge themselves with text that's complex and take those lessons they're learning in whole group and small group and apply them to the various texts and have opportunities to really, I would say, broaden their spectrum as to what they read. So lots of diversity there. Another thing that I've been real excited to see and really been pushing was the fact that the use of text evidence. I don't think I have been in a classroom in the past, I would say 14 months, that I have not heard a teacher, at least once in the time I was there working in that room, I heard them say, "Where's your text evidence? Did you find your text evidence?" So it's it's really great. It's one of the reasons that I developed these little text evidence finders because I knew how important it was, and I knew that to get kids to reread, wow, what a challenge. They don't want to reread. They just want to get done. And I've noticed that the done kids now are no longer quite as fierce as they were, and especially if the teacher, and I've seen many of them providing them with, with things that help them. I always say, I don't know what it is about a square piece of paper with a hole in it that will get kids to find text evidence, but son of a gun, these things do not work. Because it reminds them to find those key details, words and phrases, the meat and potatoes of the text. And so I've seen trends of teachers understanding the value of that. I've also seen teachers understanding the difference and having that pedagogical knowledge about what it is that makes a text, informational, and what it is that makes a text literature and literary. And understanding that you teach it differently. You teach literature differently than you teach informational text, and that you help your kids to be able to access that text in different ways. So I think they're scaffolding teaching the trends, or they're seeking different resources to make that happen. And if they don't have it down yet, they're working towards that. Or if they don't know anything, they're eager to find out. And that, to me, that's very exciting.